There was a big drop in crypto prices a few days ago, and then this news came out. This place is strange. What does this mean for XRP? Did this market crash set the stage for one of the biggest recoveries of the year? Everything will be shown in this movie, even what goes on behind the scenes. Don't spend your money this way. Alright, let us begin. Everyone is way off track from their long-term goals right now because the market is so volatile. No one has ever seen this happen in the history of Bitcoin. There has been talk of a drop in the news. A US Treasury official has said in the past that the country wants to be a big player in the global digital asset field. In other words, this step took place less than 24 hours ago. That's a reason. Who you are is what you position. Things are about to get interesting. Every time big news comes out, computers get rid of players who have too much debt. This time was no different. Those stocks were sold off after the government said prices should go up. I said again yesterday that the way the market moves could be seen by how quickly it bounced back from the crash. There are early signs that they are getting better today. There are other things that are more important than price movement. What was going on? The drop happened all at once after Trump said he would raise taxes. A lot of people didn't get it completely. Since the news about the tariffs came out, market algorithms dropped the value of risky assets such as Bitcoin, getting rid of XRP by hand, correct? The quick movement of cash was made possible by automated systems, banks, and models. It's like a chain reaction going on all at once. The value of cryptocurrencies is going down, taxes are being talked about, and a chain effect of companies going out of business. But that doesn't make any sense when you step back. I don't understand why a tax on imports would make the market for digital goods go down. If there wasn't something much bigger going on in the background, that's what would happen. What came next is important because of this. From tomorrow on, U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bent says the government will put a lot of money into digital assets. Take a look at that. That kind of claim should only be made if the government wants everyone in the country to use it, not just to keep the market in check. The SEC has talked about ETFES, retail access, and trading rules. This is the most important change. However, the Treasury is not worried about trade on a small scale. They're interested in finances, structures, and how the world works. Their participation marks the beginning of the shift from guesswork to fact. Also, that's just what this area needs. In other words, blockchain is worth the amount of money that moves through it. The XRP ledger's main goal is to make it simple for business, banks, and governments to move money around. That's the reason why now is so important. The XRP Millionaire Blueprint was made to help you better understand this change. It talks in great detail about how the features, rate of growth, and place of XRP in institutions could give you chances that will change your life forever. Videos, images, and papers are some of the things that are in it. It's also meant to put light on what might happen next with the sudden rise in the use of cryptocurrencies. The XRP Millionaire Blueprint is in the comment that has been saved below this video. Now tell me this story about the Treasury again. Will they last a long time? With digital goods, that wasn't the most important thing to stress about. Will they be able to use the system? It has been years since researchers found the tech. Stellar, Ripple, and Algorand have all shown that they can be used in the real world. But there was no word from the top. I just thought of that fact. The US Treasury has said that the US will play a big role in the digital asset market. This is something that businesses, banks, and even other countries should take very seriously. That's what it is. This is what the next wave of money will be built on. These thoughts may be in your mind right now. To make those lines work, there must be enough cash on hand, good cross-border solutions, and payment layers. That's what XRP is made for. Now you need to link some things. When Trump was in office, taxes made the stock market go down. A few weeks later, they made it go up even more. Even so, it's also easy to see why this is being done. There isn't a more important or deeper reason for these sales. In the short term, they want to trade. In the long term, they want to use new tools. Traders who know what's going to happen jump in while everyone else goes crazy. Let me tell you a very important fact about that time. The US isn't just getting used to digital things. They are going to use them. Most likely, attempts to work together, pilot projects, and making rules clear will move faster soon. Whenever the Treasury and the SEC are involved, it's likely that something is being planned behind the scenes. No longer does it matter if Bitcoin is allowed or not. How long do we have to add this? That's the question. Many people believe that the current correction is just a technical one before a real rally and not a real reaction. Anyone who has been watching XRP for a while knows about this plan. It was like this before every big change in XRP prices, like the recent tariff panic and the SEC ruling. People who have been keeping an eye on the order books will have seen something interesting. Slowly, people are starting to buy things again. It was empty in big wallets over the weekend, but they are now beginning to fill up again. Rich people don't care about taxes, as this shows. The new statement from the Treasury is being looked at to see what it means in the bigger picture. That's how we should talk about it. Digital assets are a real goal for the Treasury when they talk about them. States are competing with each other here. This means the US is doing things to make sure it doesn't get behind Asia and the Middle East when it comes to using CBDCs and tokenized payment networks. The way XRP works is very important right now. This blockchain isn't like the rest. One thing that sets it apart from other ledgers is that it was made to allow legal, instant, and controlled payments. It's important to them to have power, protect their privacy, and trust you. Ethereum can't do that. We're sorry, but that's not possible for Solana. Instead of focusing on small trades like other companies have, Ripple has spent years perfecting its system so that large businesses can use it.